There's a simple law of the universe, and it essentially goes like, you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. Guys, in life, in business, in relationships, in health, you will only get out what you currently put in. And if you're not putting anything in to becoming the best version of yourself in these core domains, then you're going to find yourself always lacking something, right? Lacking a sense of inner peace, a sense of alignment, a sense of feeling like you are deserving of the outcomes in which it is you actually want. And it's crazy to consider, right, that life actually is a mirror, not a window. And every time you externally project your needs and wants to the world, when quite frankly you haven't become the man yet, then you're only going to see the world for what it is rather than what you want it to be. And the thing is, right, when you become undeniable and you build a sense of inner peace, a sense of togetherness, a sense of you know you are who you say you are. You have the business on point. You have the physical energy and mental on point. You have the thinking power, capacity, and emotional control of the man in which you've always wanted to be. Then, quite frankly, the things in which it is you actually want will therefore attract to you. Because it's like a law of rhythm, right? When you bang the drum, you'll hear the drum bang elsewhere. And it's like when you're walking down the street and it's like subconscious auto programming. It really is. When someone says yellow car and punches you in the arm, like this was a thing back in the UK growing up. If you saw a yellow car, you'd get a dead arm. But then you just start seeing yellow cars everywhere. Everywhere, guys. And this is one thing you're lacking. You're trying to achieve the outcomes in which the 10x version of you would have, simply. But you've not become the 10x version of yourself yet. And you might find your relationships are full of friction, struggle, stress. But your missus, your partner, she just matches the energy in which you operate with. And if you're stressed, anxious, riddled with fear, maybe struggling financially, don't have a good body, but then you project onto her why she should have all of that on point when, quite frankly, you don't, then that law of rhythm is corrupted. You're going to be missing straight off the bat. And that's going to be destroying your relationship. And then one of yous will come to the conclusion that it's not working out. And it's most likely the guy's fault. This was something that happened to me for a long time. I didn't like me for a long time. I had vices. I had money insecurities. I was stressed, burnt out, had no time for myself. And I always tried to leave my relationship because I didn't value myself enough. So therefore I thought, Amy didn't value me enough. And that is what was one of the straws that broke the camel's back, you could say, when it comes to the first or second time that I tried to actually exit my relationship. And 8 years on, we're in a far better position. One, because I've actually done the work on me. And the same as it would be in business, if you're always wanting, needing clients, sales, whatever it may be, it shows the world that you are in a state of lack, rather than serving and giving and showing up daily, impatient with action but patient with results. See, when you just assume the end in mind and you know it's on its way, you're going to operate with calm. But see, if you're always chasing, needing, wanting, you're telling the world that you don't have, therefore it won't give. And that falls into every single category in life. And when you understand that law of rhythm and can rewire it, change your perspective, change your mindset, change the way in which it is you speak to yourself based upon the outcomes in which it is that you want, then you will find life becomes a hell of a lot easier, because you'll be operating from a sense of togetherness, a sense of belief, a delusional level of confidence which will align you with the outcomes in which you would want if you were that guy. But you can't just click your fingers and you're there. Like, mindset is huge. Law of assumption is huge. Law of rhythm, 100%, you can't deny it. But the only way to get into the frequency, so you can actually frequently see the success in which it is you want, you need to become the guy that is over the bullshit. The way I look at it, imagine you've got a wall, right? But you've got the ground, you've got the wall, and over the wall is the horizon. It's lateral thinking. You can see far and wide. Your creativity juices are flowing everywhere. A lot of people are operating on the ground. They can only see the ground. They're always looking down, thinking, I'll maybe find something to climb the wall. A lot of people are just looking right in front of them. And all they can see is the wall. They can't see behind it. See the guys who really win, they look up. They 10x everything. They think, right, how am I going to get over this wall? Who do I need to be to get over this wall? How can I grow into the person I need to become to get over this wall? And then they put plans in place. They start acting, they start moving, they start thinking correctly. They start doing the actions, the habits. They start believing in themselves, start thinking positively. And they can see over the wall for the first time. And then everything changes because they're finally in attunement with the frequency in which their North Star mission and vision lies on. And they have a positive sigh of relief, knowing it's like, wow, I'm there. And this changes everything, guys. This changes absolutely everything. Because I honestly don't believe you should have anything you want until you became the man worth having, right? And that's a passage of self-development, a passage of building yourself, a passage of building your body, for instance, doubling down on your habits, stacking that undeniable proof and self-worth through the daily non-negotiables. All of this is super, super important. And I don't want to ram it down your face and just say, like, you're never going to be successful if you don't do that. But I honestly believe, like, my whole life changed when I realized what it was I wanted, understood that there was a process on how to get there, and it wasn't like more tactics, more strategies, it was more of like an identity shift. So I took the time to shift my identity. I became someone I would respect. I became the man in which my younger version self would look up to and be proud to take advice from. So I essentially became my own biggest asset, my energy, my frequency, the quality of thoughts, my communication skills, my body, everything had to level up. And you have heard me say in many, many videos, it's never just high performance in maybe one or two areas. It has to be across the board. Like when you're building a Colosseum, for example, this is, back in ancient Greece or Rome, you would lay the foundation, right? Lay the foundation. That's like your thoughts and your habits and your actions. Then the pillars, right? The pillars are beliefs, but you have to have solid beliefs in every single one of the areas in which it is you want to develop and grow. Then you can stack the decor, which is the aesthetics. That's like the money, the cars, the watches, the external outcomes, which quite frankly, we do all want as well. And I know I've said quite frankly 14 times in this video. If you want to replay it back and you want to win a month of free coaching, count up how many times I've said quite frankly, including what I just said there. But understand that there's a passage behind all of this, fellas. There's a simple passage behind all of this, and it comes down to you understanding that you'll never have what it is that you want until you become the guy that you want. Right, because the version of you that has the money, the status of respect, the woman, that feeling of confidence in his heart and his head, he's not out of shape when he gets to the end of the road, is he? He's not tired or fatigued when he gets to the end of the road, is he? He's a high energy, confident, strong, well ironed out individual who's built different. He's across the board. He's one of those guys that seems to have it all together. Everything clicks for him. And we all know many guys like this, the lucky ones. We all call them lucky. I don't. I know the work they've done. But people are like, oh, he's lucky, everything just works for him. But no, he's on the right frequency. He's got inner peace, he's confident, he's calm. He just seems to be able to seduce anyone and anything. And that's not, reference in a sexual manner. I just mean the art of seduction. If you ever read it, it's a book by Robert Greene. Really, really good book. I've just bought the paperback. I've listened to it in audio many, many times. Really solid book to read, whether you be in sales or marketing as well, because those universal truths really stand true. But you need to really unpack things from a place of consciousness and competence, knowing that the only way for you to become successful in your life is to become the man who would be successful. And then you remove all the bottlenecks and barriers and flaws with your identity that are holding you back right now, because the version of you right now, with the mindset in which you have, is not the version of the next guy you want to become, the level 10 version of you. It's not 2.0, it's 10.0. It's 5x, it's 10x, it's doubling it, tripling it, quadrupling it. Grant Cardone even says it, 10x everything, 10x your thinking, 10x your body, 10x your health, 10x your life, 10x your finances, 10x everything. Like, this is the second YouTube video I've done today. It's a Sunday. I've trained, dialed in my food. I'm going out for a beautiful dinner tonight with my partner, my sister. I'm life maxing here, you know? I'm life maxing. I've ticked off loads of boxes, built out content for my CEO clients, for their businesses and stuff. Like, I'm just always in a state of giving, because I know the more I give, I will receive. And that puts me in a really high frequency, knowing that I've paid my dues. I've never got to the end of the day and not ticked the box. You know, I've still got... Camera just died. But I was just saying, guys, I've got 2.5k steps left to hit today. And I'm not like, oh, another walk. It's like, I look forward to that walk for some me time off the back of dinner this evening. And the process is absolutely everything. Going to bed every single night knowing that you've done the work. As a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a partner, as a dad, it's all on you to be the best you. And if you don't become him, then everything that you want in this life will just be a frivolous dream that you'll never actually achieve. So guys, if you ever want help with this, you know where I'm at. I'm always here. If you want to DM me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, see what my daily habits, my daily life looks like. 'Cause I'm always posting stories. You'll be able to see it from a bird's eye view, a first person view, I should say. And it might just give you the inspiration that you're looking for. So see you in the next one. Much love. Let's keep winning, guys. Come on. There's nothing that should be stopping you in this life. It's easier than ever in 2025 to build your body, start a personal brand, build your business, and really become someone that you would respect. And I'm here to help as many guys as possible achieve that the same way I've achieved it. We'll see you in the next one, guys. Much love.